Hey guys, we're back on the ranch today, and today's video is going to be about excuses. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? We're humans. It's in our nature to make excuses for anything and anything we can. It's natural, right? But I got to tell you a quick little story. I was in the gym today, right? And I met this young man. He was probably like, I don't know, 50. I don't know why I called him a young man. He was kind of old. He was in his 50s. Anyways, he was super nice to me. I approached him. We were just talking, making small talk, whatever. And I found out he had cancer, dude. He had cancer. I don't know how good that is. I don't know why he would go to the gym if you have cancer. I'm not an oncologist. What do I know? But this man was in the gym with cancer. He still showed up and went to the gym, right? He still was putting in the work. I couldn't believe it. This man had cancer, and he was still in the gym putting in the work. He was still showing up. This man was dying. He was literally dying. He's fighting for his life because he has cancer, right? Obviously, I didn't go into detail with him because I was genuinely surprised. As I smoke my cigar. How ironic. I was genuinely surprised that this man was in the gym with cancer, and he had just the most amazing attitude. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious right now? And I couldn't stop asking him. I was like, how and why? Like, you're here right now. You're in the gym. You're putting in the work. Like, you should be at home resting or getting chemo, radiation. I don't know. I'm not an oncologist, like I said, but I was so admirable towards this man, because here he is, he's got cancer, he's dying, and yet he still has the willpower to show up, to put in the work. And it just set me back. It set me back today because I was just so intrigued by this man, and I was like, oh my gosh, if this man is willing to put in the work, he's willing to just not make an excuse to just, even though he has cancer, he is putting in that work. And he was actually exercising pretty efficiently. Like, he was curling like 40 pounds. I was like, what? I was like, this man, I couldn't believe it. And so it made me think, what's your excuse? What's my excuse? What's your excuse? What's that you could possibly say to yourself each day that you don't show up and put in the work? What's your excuse for not being successful? What's your excuse for not going to the gym? What's your excuse for not eating healthy? What's your excuse for not doing what you know you need to do to become successful every day? And when I saw that man today, and I was talking to him, I was just so set back that he was able to just ignore the fact that he had cancer, and he still put in the work. He didn't care. The cancer to him was like just another roadblock, because in his mind, he had already beat the cancer. He had already overcome, and that's why he was in the gym. In his mind, he didn't have an excuse. His excuse was he was trying to live. The best excuse of all, of course. But I ask you, if this man can show up every day in the gym with cancer, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? What's your excuse for not doing the outreach that you need to do? What's your excuse for not putting down the alcohol? What's your excuse for not putting down the drugs, the weed? What's your excuse for not eating healthy? What is it? You don't have a good excuse. And if you do, it's bullshit. Your excuse is bullshit. Because if that man can show up to the gym with cancer, you better damn be able to make sure you don't have an excuse for not putting in the work. Because you are pathetic compared to that man. That man is already cured in his mind. He was already cured in his mind. He didn't care. He didn't know excuse. He was literally, I kid you not, this man was curling 40s, and I was like, wow. Anyways, So I ask you, what is your excuse? You don't have one. You don't have an excuse. Well, you do. And it's bullshit. Your excuse is bullshit. It doesn't mean shit. Take that excuse and shove it up your ass because it's bullshit. You don't have an excuse not to put in the work, not to do what you say you know that you say you need to do, that you know you need to do. That is bullshit. It really puts it into perspective. There's always levels to this stuff, guys, but today that really opened my eyes, and it made me want to work even harder. It made me want to become even more successful. It made me want to become even more hardworking than I already am. This man with cancer was showing up every single day, and he didn't have an excuse. He didn't stop. I don't know how, like I said, I'm not an oncologist. I don't know. Maybe what he's doing is good for the cancer. I don't know. Maybe, what do I know? But the point is that this guy who's sick, who's got a life-threatening disease, is outworking you. Doesn't that sound pathetic? He's outworking you. And now you need to look at yourself and ask yourself, why am I such a pussy? Because you are. You're a pussy. You can't put in the work because you're making excuses. Excuses is the epitome to your downfall. Day in, day out. Every excuse. You say you're going to do it tomorrow. You say you're going to do it next week. You're going to do it when you feel like it. You're going to do it because you're in a bad mood. No. You can't say that to yourself. You're just going to keep going in circles. You're not going to put in the work because your excuses are insurmountable. It's just a lie you keep telling yourself because you're not willing to put in the work. That's all it is. And if you're going to let an excuse stop you from following your dreams, you're never going to become successful. Never. Whether it be anything in life, whether it be working out, I don't know, starting your business, talking to that girl you want to talk to, anything. Your excuses don't mean shit. They only mean shit in your mind. It doesn't mean anything. It's only holding you back. And so, you really have to put yourself outside of your body and look at yourself. How many excuses did you make today alone? How many? Were you tired? Was it because you didn't get enough sleep? Was it because you didn't have a breakfast? Was it because you were hungover from last night? Was it because you were high? It's all bullshit. You gotta cut the excuses out, guys. And listen, I've been there. I know. I can speak on this shit because I used to be like that. I used to be an excuse-ridden little pussy. And it doesn't get you anywhere. The only thing that gets you from where you are to where you want to be is work, pain, suffering. That's it. That is the formula for success. The currency for success is hard work and sacrifice. Once you understand that, you'll finally start to see progress in your life. But nonetheless, just seeing that man today in the gym, I'm even more inspired than I ever was before. Here is this man. He could die. I didn't ask him, obviously. He could die in a month. I don't freaking know. He had cancer. I have no idea what his condition was. I was just shocked that he was in the gym, out working 90% of people on this earth. He was outworking them. It's pathetic. Your excuses are pathetic. And the more you use your excuses as a crutch, you'll just be like everybody else. You'll be nobody, wasting your life. It's unbelievable. Nonetheless, that lit a fire under my ass, of all people. That lit a fire under my ass. And I was like, holy shit, this guy has inspired me to work even harder. I'm going to make 1,000 cold calls now. Now I'm gonna run 5 miles. Now I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups. Now I'm gonna do 1,000,000 more of everything. I'm gonna 10x because let's be honest. You can always put in more work. Always. You can always improve. You can always do something more. You can always improve upon something. You can always get better at something. Put in more work, more effort. Learn from your mistakes. But I can tell you this, if you keep making excuses, you're not gonna do any of that shit. You're not. So stop making excuses, guys. Come on. It's pathetic. You know what you need to do. Most of you know what you need to do, but you don't. You don't do it. All right, that was my rant for the day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next one.